In this day of age, there are lots and lots of social media platforms, and one of the issues a lot of people face is actually creating enough content to spread across all platforms. So in this video, I'm going to share some ways that I split up content and leverage it so that I can share it across all platforms and making it unique to each one. So step one of leveraging your content is to actually plan the content you're going to create and plan the release dates and scheduling dates. So this will allow you to systemize it a lot better. It'll allow you to spend a couple of days. So for example, I spend 2 days a week creating content and editing the content, and then I'll schedule it for the month ahead. So I've always got a pipeline of content that I can share, and I can create a lot of content on one day, and it just frees up a lot more time than having to create a new video every single day. Step two is actually deciding where the content's going to go. So one thing you've got to look at is what content goes on what social media platform. For instance, the sound of the content will go on Spotify, videos on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, but you've got to really look at what sort of audience the platform is catered for. Make sure that your content fits that audience that you're looking to attract. For example, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, 2 to 4 minute videos tend to work best for me. This is because what we've seen over the last year, TikTok has seen a lot of people's attention spans shorten. Short videos on things like Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn work really well. So I'd advise to keep it between 2 or 4 minutes. Otherwise people are just not going to watch the whole content, and you're not going to get the views and consistency across the board. TikTok, it's quite good to keep it between the recommended times of 15 to 60 seconds. YouTube is becoming more like the Netflix of the world. When people use YouTube, they tend to watch your content for a lot longer. Putting longer videos works well on YouTube, but again, they can't be too long. So I'd advise probably around the 5 to 12 minutes. Seems for me, in my experiences, 20-minute videos, 20-minute plus videos don't tend to get the consistency across the board. People tend to switch off sort of after 5, 10, 18 minutes tends to be the cutoff points for me. So another thing you've got to do is keep the content exclusive to each one. So one thing that I do is, I know a lot of you know I film podcasts and I stream them live on Facebook. So what I do with the podcast, that video that I've streamed live on Facebook will be on live for Facebook for 30 days. That's just how Facebook do it. You can keep it for longer, but I keep it for 30 days. The sound of that will then go onto a podcast so people can listen to it, normally between about 40 minutes to an hour and a half worth, and you've got your podcast there. From that same footage, you can then clip it up into highlights, 2 to 4 minute videos, sometimes even 1 minute videos, and these can be used as sort of tip videos on your Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. So you only really need to create one piece of content, and all of a sudden you've possibly got 8 tip videos, 1 podcast, 1 live video. You can also clip it even further and put this content on your YouTube. But what you've got to remember, as I said earlier, you've got to make sure that certain content's exclusive to certain platforms. Me, for example, if you want the whole episode of a certain podcast, it will only be available either on a Facebook Live if you want the video, or if you want to listen to it, it'll be on Spotify. Then highlights will be on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, so people can watch them, and that will draw them in and hopefully bounce them over to the next platform, which is either Spotify or the Facebook Live, which I said earlier. TikToks are really good for this as well. A good way to do TikToks is edit about 15 minutes of sometimes bloopers, funny content that you experience during the show, and then you can share that and share where they can locate the full episode further on. So as I'm saying, I just want to really drill this into people. You only need to do 1 hour and a half video, but you can chop that up and create loads of different videos. And it's better to do it this way because it keeps people engaged, keeps adding value, and you can expand your network across all platforms and grow your following on all platforms a lot easier. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is the best type of posts on Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram are normally value and results. So what I try to do is I try to keep it strictly value, results and lifestyle. What do I mean by value? I mean posting these tip videos that I do often. On YouTube, it's this type of video. an explanation of what I'm doing and how I'm leveraging my content. Results, so when you succeed at something, you share that, because that can get a lot of attention and people don't mind you sharing results, especially your friends or close connections on these platforms. They like to celebrate them with you. And then finally, I also post lifestyle. So I tend to post a bit on my stories about my life. For example, if I'm going out for a nice meal or if I'm going out for a nice day, I'll tend to share that, because again, a lot of people can relate to that and it can often give people ideas of what they want to do. It really helps engaging. You never want to sell directly on social media. You never want to do it like that, because it doesn't get a lot of attention and it can be seen as quite spammy. Just to summarize, an example of how to leverage your content would be to take a weekend a month. On that weekend, I want you to make maybe 3 hours worth of content in total on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday it would be good to edit them up into the highlight reels. Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn, 2 to 4 minute videos. Your Facebook Live, you can keep that up there for 30 days. Bring the whole sound onto Spotify and trim it again for YouTube videos and make it relevant to the people you're trying to attract on each platform. TikTok tends to be a funny place where people go to watch comedy. It's really good to edit in bloopers and share that, but then also share where they can watch the full episode on Spotify. So the total aim is to bounce people from place to place. And again, you can schedule all this. So you only need to spend 1 weekend a month creating content, and you can schedule on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You can schedule them all going out. And then what I tend to do is, instead of having to store the content, when you've scheduled that, when it releases, so for example, when it releases on Facebook, I simply copy and paste the post onto LinkedIn and other platforms that I'm looking to share it. So I hope this has helped someone. Any questions, ask me in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. In the next video, we're going to actually talk about how to approach someone online, virtual networking, and what to say to start up a conversation if you're looking to sell something to someone or if you're looking to engage with them to do future business. Hope everyone has a great week. A lot of the content I post on YouTube is actually exclusive to YouTube. You won't find this on any other platform that I'm on. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on for more content like this. And I hope everyone has a great day.